For sure. Hey, check it out though, man. You know, I usually don't touch on too much of the urban politics, man. It's strictly sports over here. But we gonna get into this Pooh Shiesty and Gucci situation real quick, man.
Also tonight, a very dramatic story. You gotta listen to this one. Justice Department is laying out some details about this crime involving some big name rappers, Gucci Mane, and two other industry pros who were apparently kidnapped and robbed, according to the Justice Department, by Pooh Shiesty, by Big 30, along with some others. A total of 9 suspects have been arrested. So here's what we know. These DOJ officials say Gucci Mane was lured into what was a fake business meeting in Dallas at a music studio that turned into what they called an armed takeover, where Mane and these others were held at gunpoint. This is back in January. They got robbed of their Rolexes, their cash, their jewelry. At one point, Gucci Mane was even basically forced to sign a release from a record label. Priscilla Thompson is joining us now. It is wild stuff, Priscilla. What else happened?
Yeah, Hallie, unbelievable, made for the movies kind of stuff. So Pooh Shiesty is signed to Gucci Mane's record label. So this business meeting was scheduled in January at a recording studio in Dallas, and Pooh Shiesty shows up with 8 other people. You mentioned Big 30, also his father was among those with him, and Gucci Mane shows up with 2 people. They're all in this recording studio together. Pooh Shiesty says to Gucci Mane, "Can we speak privately?" And he allegedly, according to this complaint, asked Gucci Mane to sign a release form that would release Pooh Shiesty from the record deal. Gucci Mane declined. They argue back and forth. Pooh Shiesty asks someone to bring him a bag and pulls out an AK-style pistol, according to this complaint, and demands that Gucci Mane sign this document releasing him from the recording deal. After that document is signed, then he goes on, Pooh Shiesty, to steal Gucci Mane's wedding ring, other jewelry, his wallet. And then the small group of individuals goes back out into the larger group that's in that recording studio. And apparently all 8 of the other men who were with Pooh Shiesty pull out guns and began demanding property from Gucci Mane and the men who were with them. So we're talking about Louis Vuitton bags, Rolexes, cash, wallets. There's even physical altercations where there are photos of people with scratches. At one point, the complaint says that there was a man who had a gun put to his head, and they believed that they were all going to be executed. But they were allowed to leave eventually, and then this investigation took place where you have all of this surveillance video in and around the recording studio, the hotels, the rental cars that were booked, and you also had some of these people posting the stolen goods on social media. But what's more, Pooh Shiesty was, according to this complaint, under home detention. So there's electronic evidence that he was at that recording studio when he should not have been. He should have been at home. So obviously these arrests were made. You know that 8 of the 9 men were arrested and have been charged with all of them, all 9 of them, though, charged with kidnapping and robbery. Hallie?
Can I just ask one question, Priscilla? I don't know if we know the answer to this, but presumably.
All right, so right now, all this or the case is pretty much alleged until found guilty. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this. Yeah, it was a stew-head move by Big 30 and Shiesty. You know, for the whole dynamics of the so-called play that was set up, if it was that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I've seen a lot of different reactions of people saying that, you know, Gucci older now, he done reformed his life. He ain't in the streets or playing by that code no more, whoop-de-whoop. And that's funny to me because ain't this the same individual that knocked off one of Jeezy people back in the game? Ain't this the same individual that knocked off somebody on the yard whenever he was incarcerated? You know, so I ain't saying it should have happened. Or am I playing devil's advocate for anybody? I just call a ball, a strike, especially if anybody who's speaking up on these situations and you believe in karmic law. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, bro got, what's in black and white and what the streets know of or what I'm familiar with just you know what I'm saying, research from the past, you know, bro got 2 bodies under his motherfucking belt just on some other shit from the past. So, you know the game you playing, you know the people you dealing with. And yeah, if he was backdoored on that type of level, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, Gucci is the one who made it to where bro could even have some type of a career in this shit, or in the industry game. You know what I'm saying? Was able to come home to a bag. So with him still being Gucci's artist while incarcerated and able to come home to a bag like that, that mean that, you know, Gucci ain't do no weird shit with the money or try to shoot skates under you to where you wasn't getting what you was your just due whenever you got out. Because it don't look like anything was funny with the money. Second he touched down, bro took off. Several whips, you know, jewelry, all that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as we know, man, all this is alleged right now, because at the same time, I just recently saw something saying that they didn't find any evidence in Shiesty's house, 30's vehicle, or anything related to this supposed takedown. No weapons were found, nor were any weapons at the scene whenever this so-called went down. That's what I mean. That could be false. The way I look at damn near everything false on this internet. You know what I'm saying? So that's my main reason for saying alleged until found guilty. Cause man, hey, this internet a MF for real. Yeah, man, but you know, I don't know, man. It's so many remixed and microwave opinions, and then at the end of the day, my opinion, it don't even matter, cause like I say, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is just on how the game go. Hell, if I was kicking up dust in the past, busting heads and putting niggas under, man, it's gonna be some things that happen to me in the future that I ain't gonna have or necessarily be prepared for, because that's just the cycle of life, man, and karmic law. It's gonna come unexpected. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. That's all I got on that, though, man. We trapping with no capping. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I just wanted to touch on that due to the fact that that's one of the hottest topics right now, man. So, yeah, that's all I got on it. Man, we quarterback in the train. We traveling with facts for real.